Rafael Nadal has described the moment when his season was first derailed by injury in Indian Wells. Rafael Nadal has reflected on what ended up being the turning point for his difficult season of injuries, admitting he regretted competing in the Indian Wells final against Taylor Fritz. The world number 2 was on a 20-match winning streak when he broke his rib and ended up being sidelined for 6 weeks, but he has now revealed that he didn't realize the injury was so severe until it was too late. Nadal experienced a season of two halves in 2022, winning 2 Grand Slam titles to set a new overall men's singles record while also being struck down by 3 major injuries in his rib, foot and ab. The Spaniard's first major issue came at Indian Wells, where he broke his rib during his semi-final win over Carlos Alcaraz but still contended the final the following day, and he has now confessed he wouldn't have played if he knew the extent of the issue. Until Indian Wells I didn't lose a match. The 36-year-old recalled, speaking to Marca about his year. But in the semi-final against Carlos, at the end of the third set, that's when I broke my rib. The 22-time Grand Slam champion took a medical time-out during the match against Alcaraz after breaking his rib and described the agony he was in after the match, but he was misdiagnosed and ended up losing to Fritz in the final. Nadal continued, that day, already in the locker room. I could barely breathe but I decided to play the final because they told me it was probably a muscle spasm, but the Spaniard now regrets his decision to play, revealing he wouldn't have taken to the court if he knew his rib was broken ahead of the match. Obviously, if I found out I had a broken rib, I wouldn't have played it. From there, the year was very difficult, he added. After the Indian Wells final, Nadal was sidelined for 6 weeks and missed a big portion of the clay season, his most successful surface. He returned at the Rome Masters but this time was plagued by his ongoing foot injury that saw him end his 2021 season in August, and won his opening match before crashing out to Denis Shapovalov as he could be seen limping around the court.